All right, welcome to Sam Lawrence Cycles. This race is stage 4 of the Paz Gravel Series on Zwift. It's the final stage 4 of the series. And it's also the final race, the last ride that I'm doing with this Zwift starter bike that they give you at the beginning when you start Zwift. It's the steel frame bike that everyone gets when they start. I didn't realize that until very recently that it actually matters what bike you have in Zwift. And so I had been riding all my races up until this point, all my rides up until this point on this steel frame. And so I ended up upgrading after the race. But here's my ride. And yeah, for this race, I was hoping to hang on with the front pack, the front group, and hoping for a sprint finish at the end. You'll see how things play out here, but obviously I had a good start because I'm in second place right now, but we're going downhill. I think as soon as the elevation starts climbing, and there's some elevation gain, that's where I think the wheels kind of start to fall off in this race. You know, I'm pretty new. I've only been racing and riding my bike for like 40 days now, so still learning how to climb, but definitely not a strong suit for me. So here's the race. Hope you enjoy it. I'm just going to fast forward and then kind of maybe add some narrative at times to kind of add to the video. We're about 5 minutes into the race, and as you can see, I'm with the front group right now. I'm kind of right where I want to be, just hanging out in the pack, benefiting from the draft, and again, obviously staying with the front group. That was the goal for the race. But we're about to hit one of the first major climbs here, and that's where things start to go sideways real quick. Because again, I'm still not the best at climbing. I think my strong suit right now is sprinting, and so I'm really struggling as soon as we start to climb. on every climb for this race. And this first one really hits me hard, and people just begin to ride away from me. So it's difficult. As you can see, I'm kind of stuck in this no man's land, I guess. There's really no one too close to me that I can hop on their wheel and work with. And ideally, that would be the case, that I'd have at least one other rider that I could kind of take turns pulling and work to kind of get back in with the front group. But the front group now is over a minute in front, and I'm just kind of hanging on and hoping for a top 10 finish at this point, frankly. And so that's what I'm up to here, really kind of struggling and just hanging on. And at this point, I still think that, I'm really hoping for a top 10 finish. At the start of the race, I was hoping to get at least top five. And at this point, I clearly am thinking just hang on for hopefully a top 10. And then this guy comes flying by me, and I try to hang with him and stay on his wheel. But he ends up just riding off. And so the hope of getting a top 10 finish is something that seems kind of unlikely for me in this race at this point, unfortunately. Just hanging out in 12th right now, in no man's land still. Towards the end of this race, when we get into like the final mile, I really put in a huge effort with hoping to catch up to the person in front of me. But you'll see what happens. But ultimately, this is kind of where I'm stuck in the race, and not putting down very many watts right now. This is my zone two, right? What I'm doing, because I kind of figure what's the point of hammering and pushing very hard, because the closest person's a minute in front and the closest person behind is a minute and 38 seconds behind. So kind of just putting some zone 2 watts down and riding into the finish line in 12th. So obviously not a top 5 finish, not even a top 10 finish for this race. I got 12th out of, I believe there were 23 riders. Not the result I was really hoping for, and I was really gassed at the end of this race. Very fatigued. It was pretty brutal for me. So not the finish I was hoping for, but there's always next week. Thank you so much for watching. This is Sam Lawrence Cycles. Hope you're enjoying this content, and stay tuned for next week's race.